Operation Blessing have been boots on the ground here for 2 weeks now, and I'm kind of learning how they operate, and really it's all hands on deck, very fluid, just trying to find out how they could help, where they could help, making contacts around the city. And we're going to show you some video of what they've been doing so far. They're contacting churches, and through the churches is how they make the distributions. And this is all the way from Altadena, which sits way east of downtown, all the way to the shoreline where I'm standing right now, which is closer to the Pacific Ocean in the Hollywood Hills area. So they're hitting all these different areas in an effort to meet needs, pray with people, touch lives, and obviously the victims we're talking about here, get them the clothing they need, the supplies they need, anything and everything to make their lives better. So far they've contacted Fearless Church LA as well as several other churches and used that as a downtown distribution center to go out to the Altadena area, which is ravaged by those fires, the Eden fires that you keep hearing about on television there. And that's the burned out area where the police captain or the fire captain there was just talking about the devastation having to camp out of the fires and just the exhaustion that these firefighters have been dealing with now for the better part of 2 weeks. The other day they were sent care packages from Operation Blessing that was put together by Youth with a Mission volunteers. They put hundreds of bags together, distributed them to both Station 11 as well as Station 66 out in the Pasadena, Altadena area, just to let the firefighters know that we care, that they're with them, they're behind them, a small token. And they actually got to pray with the firefighters there and just encourage them a little bit. That's one way they're reaching out to the firefighters that have been battling this atrocious fire now for the better part almost 3 weeks here. Then they took the supplies from Fearless LA Church and went to Altadena to have sort of a drive-through there for people that need supplies. These are the victims of the fires that have no homes or homes have been damaged. They picked up everything from baby supplies, baby food, toiletries, things like that. They were fed meals. This is going to continue. This effort's going to continue as well. And they also partner with Home Depot and put together these buckets. And in these buckets is a sort of a cleanup supplies that people, maybe they survive the fire, their homes are okay, but they're damaged by the smoke. They got a lot of cleanup to do. So what's going to happen there is these individual buckets are going to be given to those who have been impacted by the fires themselves. Maybe they're okay, the home's okay, but it's in disarray, filled with smoke. They need a deep cleaning, and these buckets that are going to be free, again, everything Operation Blessing does is free, and it's all based on the donations that the people give, that the viewers to CBN give to support what's going on here. And they're going to be out here for the long term, delivering these buckets, delivering these care packages, doing these drive-throughs. The big problem now is sort of having a center space with enough area to work with the churches who don't have the parking. They can't take in these big supplies to reach their congregations. So what Operation Blessing is doing is finding sort of this epicenter, and that's where we're at right now. So what you're looking at is a time-lapse shot of this parking lot that is right across the street from Bel Air Church. And I was talking to the pastor, and he says this parking lot is often used by film crews. They come here from Hollywood, and when they're shooting movies in the Hollywood Hills area, they use this parking lot, this big empty space, as sort of a staging area for the movie. Well, now it's taking shape as Operation Blessing's new distribution hub, Los Angeles citywide distribution hub. So what that means is individual churches could come here, pick up supplies in bulk, and bring them back to their church throughout the LA area and distribute as needed. And we're going to take you inside here real quick to get an idea of what this all is going to look like and how it's all going to come together. Let's take a look. We're going to show you all around this tent in a minute, but right now we want to catch up with Drew Sams. He's a lead pastor here at Bel Air Church and is making all of this happen. And this is quite an undertaking. Have you ever seen something of this magnitude here at Bel Air Church?
No, I mean, this is a parking lot that we have on our campus. Once a year, we will distribute tens of thousands of Thanksgiving meals, and that's like our biggest event of the year to distribute. This is becoming bigger than that on a Monday through Saturday basis for the foreseeable future. We could never imagine the outpouring of support and love and generosity. And Operation Blessing is really providing all the logistical strategy behind all of it. It's phenomenal.
So this is going to serve as sort of a hub, a citywide epicenter, if you will, for distributions to other churches. And real quick, how did it all come together?
Well, we have someone in our congregation, Willis Robertson, and
that helps.
That helps, absolutely. His grandfather, Dr. Pat Robertson. And he just said, hey, Operation Blessing are experts in disaster relief And Drew, I know that as the lead pastor, you have a value to leverage the campus to be a blessing for the city. I think they might need a physical location as they come land in Los Angeles to serve the needs of those impacted by all these fires in Los Angeles. And it was a phone call that led to a lunch that led to another phone call, a bigger group, and here we are, now officially a distribution hub that's impacting hundreds, if not thousands, of lives in the foreseeable future.
The focus of Operation Blessing is to meet the needs, as we're doing right here, but also obviously reach the heart, right? We don't want to just say, here's some food, see you bye. It's to ultimately, witness to them, ultimately share, the life-giving message of Jesus Christ. So you as a pastor, you've seen sort of a changeover or maybe, a little difference. How are Sundays a little bit different since those fires broke out?
Well, I've been saying to our congregation and to our staff that there's no more important time than in our history as a church, 68 years in Los Angeles, no more important time for us to be the church, because the church meets people in all ages and all stages of their life. And you could say that this is the greatest disaster in LA history, and people are needing community. They're needing the hope of the gospel. They're needing the love, the tangible love of Jesus Christ. And so we were finding that week after week, our numbers for our worship services are growing. People calling, saying, hey, I want to join a group. I want to volunteer. How can I help out? People are volunteering here today who have no affiliation with our church, but got the word, saw it online, and are coming out to serve. So for such a time as this was the message to Queen Esther in the Old Testament. I keep saying that to our church family, for such a time as this.
Yeah, Pastor Drew, thanks so much.
Great.
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it takes a huge team to put all this together. Diego Traverso is with Operation Blessing. He's sort of the director, senior director of the efforts here to help those people that live here in Los Angeles. And Diego, kind of take me through what is going on here and what we're putting together.
So day one today, we just opened this hub. It's going to serve as a distribution and dropping off center. We have families coming, dropping from the church within the community here in Bel Air and the Bel Air Church too, coming and dropping and serving as volunteers, repacking, packing for the families that are in need. And also families right now, we got the first customer, that is coming and picking up things for a family that lost everything. So that's something unique that we're going to see happening day and day, increasing the capacity too with the Operation Blessing staff and the volunteers from the church and other ministries coming too.
Yeah, tell me about this team coming together to do this. We've got volunteers from YWAM, churches you've connected with. Mm-hmm. This is really a team effort to bring relief.
Of course, you need a community to build that community. So that's something unique that we haven't seen the body of Christ coming together. First of all, when we get to a place that is has been needed or devastated for natural or human, disaster, and the church is the very first one offering help, saying, hey, we're here. We're the hands of mercy, ready to take action. And YWAM has been the same. Over the years, over every single country, you have YWAMers, youth with a mission, missionaries, ready to act. They've been called to the place to serve, and what an opportunity for them to just come and be and serve and volunteer, with Operation Blessing. So that has been unique and every single time, from Nepal, Morocco, Turkey, Ukraine, here, North Carolina, name it.
All right here, and you can walk around and show them some of the goods here. Zach, my videographer, is kind of helping out with everything, and lots of different goods for diapers, families of all ages. And Diego, when all this comes together, you've seen the devastation, and this is we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for a long time, because this isn't one of those come and go type situations. These fires are continuing even as we speak.
Right. That's something that we've been praying for this for years. What is the right opportunity and the right time for us to come back to the West, to come back to California and be here, serve with the community? We've been serving in many hurricanes, tornadoes, and different scenarios in the other side of the country. And this one is such a unique answer from God for us to, for Operation Blessing to be here, to be the church, be with the church, and serve the community that is in need. So yeah, we're going to be here. We don't know yet. We're committing midterm, 3 to 6 months, and then we'll see how long this is going to take. Years to recover and rebuild.
Jesus fed the 5,000, he fed them, but before that, he ministered to them. How important is that to the overall effort of the end game, if you will, of what we're trying to accomplish or what Operation Blessing is trying to make happen here?
Well, for me, it's so important to be with the church and be the church, be part of the body. We don't see ourselves as the saviors. We do know that a hot meal is not going to save, somebody's life. It's going to bring some comfort in that moment. That's an opportunity for us to present Christ. And I think that's a unique opportunity that we see here of people that is so broken. They lost everything and they lost hope, which is the most important thing. Material things you can recover, but when you lose hope, I feel that's something that is something in your heart. And that's an opportunity, but that's when Jesus encountered us. And that's what I feel that happened in so many countries, in so many scenarios, that Jesus is there alive to encounter those broken hearts.
Revival through
Amen.
destruction. Only God's able to do that. In Los Angeles, I'm Paul Pettite for CBN News.